Hello everyone, good morning and good afternoon. We are waiting for other participants and soon we will start the session. But before that, can you please rename your name with the first or full name with the last three digits of your paper ID? Please rename your name and put your paper ID here that we can see it on the screen. Hello everyone, can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, good. So please, every participant need to rename his or her name with the last three digits of your paper ID that you can see it in the program schedule. We already sent you a program schedule, and yeah, you got it, Mona Al-Kabani. Thank you so much. You renamed your name with the last three digits of your paper ID. We are waiting for some other participants. In Still some more have to come to participate in this session. So we are waiting for other participants. So we have, I think, less than 5 minutes, and then we will proceed to the session.
Chef, vraiment.
一天你指定好了，你又去玩那个。 你有一个汉堡吗？再接一点吗？没有。再接一点好了吗？你们两个，你给我们看一下。好，可以了。快发到有谁呢？哇，这滑稽快呀！要有薯条，有鸡块，有那个汉堡。我帮您重新。
Yeah, so we are waiting for some more participants. And then we proceed to the session. Okay, so I think they will join us later if someone want to join, and we need to start the session. So let me introduce you with this conference, the two sessions. And here I welcome all to the international conference, which has two themes. And the first theme, which is integrated into session one, and that is related to science and technology. And the theme two, that is technically a session two, and integrated to the theme related to social sciences. The conference is organized by International Institute of Academic Research and Publication, IIARP, in association with Glovento Conference. I'm Dr. Shakir and the coordinator for this conference, and I hope that all the participants already got the program schedules and other instructions for this conference. And it is to be noted strictly, this is a strict note that we are late of time. We have a lot of participants to present their paper. Every participants need to present their paper within 10 minutes, and there will be 1 or 2 minutes for every participant to participate in the Q&A session at the end of each session. So there are 2 sessions, session 1 and session 2. And at the end of each session, there will be a Q&A session. You can ask questions or give your suggestion to other participants. Also, I want to mention that those who already sent their presentations and recordings, they do not need to play it here live, and we will upload it to our YouTube channel, and the link will be shared later in the chat box. And those who are needed by their institutes to play the video on Zoom, they can still play it here, but please inform us in the chat box before doing that. I welcome our keynote speaker, Dr. Aurora Sandy A. Balabad, who will deliver a keynote speech at the start of the technical session 1. I also welcome our session chair, Professor Dr. Mike Ali from Choosing Normal University, and Professor Mike will have the role to assess every presentation, and based on that assessment, each presenter will get an award in the form of certificate. Okay, so let me explain about the assessment criteria. The assessment criteria include but not limited to the points such as the best content from the paper, good presentation skills, time management skills, the attraction of the audiences, and good impression on the audiences. So I hope you will enjoy the session with us. So without wasting our time, we have to start the session. But before that, I think it's quite necessary and important to introduce you with our organization, IIARP. And for this purpose, I will share my PPT. And after my presentation, then I will invite our keynote speaker to deliver a speech. So let me share my PPT. Here is intro. Okay. Share screen. Is it visible to everyone? Is this screen visible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, so this is IIARP, International Institute of Academic Research and Publication. And IIARP is a dynamic conglomeration of academic professionals, which is dedicated to promoting research and innovation, making a significant global impact. And the primary objective of IIARP is to unite researchers and professionals from around the world, fostering an intellectual development and facilitating opportunities for networking and collaboration. So this association, this organization is actively engaged in various academic activities, including networking events, meetings, conferences, workshops, and research projects. Additionally, we are committed to publishing cutting-edge research publication and recognizing outstanding achievements through academic awards and scholarships. These are some of our associates: is Glavento Conference, Taylor and Francis Group, which provides support in terms of publication and our media partner is Conference Alert 360. So what basically IIARP do? It is involved in world-class networking for scholars, international and national conferences, and academic journal publications. And it is, I think, a well-known organization, if I say that, for organizing scientific and academic international and national conferences around the world, such as Bangladesh, Egypt, India, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, Nepal, Nigeria, Philippines, and many other countries and cities around the world. So here are some of the opportunities for participants who are participating in this conference. You will have the publication opportunities, and your abstracts will be published in conference abstracts proceedings, which will be published on the website of F1000 Research, which is a journal of Taylor and Francis. And these proceedings will be published with the DOI and ISSN number. The authors, the participants of this conference can also publish their extended abstract, e-poster, presentation slides with the DOI in addition to the conference proceedings. You can also publish your research manuscript with the DOI and the Google Index Scholar or the journals indexed by Deutsch. IIARP also provide authors with opportunities to publish papers in Scopus Index journal and Web of Science journals such as ESCI and also SSCI. So all registered conference manuscripts will be given recommendation to submit their papers article to F1000 Research, which is a Taylor and Francis journal, and IIARP has a publishing platform in the website of F1000 Research that is an open access publishing platform indexed by Scopus and considered as Q1, also indexed by PubMed. So later I will explain how to do it, and if you are interested, you are serious, you can come and we can provide you the instructions how to publish in F1000 Research. Here you can see that IIARP has a gateway, a publication gateway in F1000 website. Sorry, can you please mute yourself? Yeah, so this is an open research publication hub, which is dedicated to publishing research rapidly and in a more transparent manner, which is an author-oriented process, not an editor-oriented process. Here you can see that when you submit your paper and the reviewers will be invited by the author, not editors. So reviewer is something you need to provide. It is like kind of autonomy with the author, not with editor, that they can invite reviewers to review their articles. Also, you need to submit or deposit the associated data in a repository. There are different repositories. We will tell you how to do that if you are interested in publishing F1000 Research. So after publishing the data, such as interview, field notes, or data set, all these things need to be published in a research repository. So once you submit the paper and the data, and then you invite the reviewers, and then your article will be revised by the reviewed by the reviewer, and then you revise it, and then your paper will be published. So it's quite easy and quite author-oriented process, quite transparent. You can see, you can observe what happened to your article, what is going on with your article. It is not like kind of traditional model of publication. You can visit this website of F1000 Research and you can see IIARP publication gateway, and you will know how it works. And if you still need instructions related to submission, we will do that for you. This is how it looks like when your paper is published, and when you invite like 4 or 5 reviewers and 2 of the reviewers agree after revision that yes, this paper is now able to be published or indexed, then your paper will goes to the Scopus and it will be indexed. It will look like this on the website of F1000 Research. Yeah, so these are some of the criteria, instructions how to do the publication in F1000 Research, which is a Scopus Q1 journal. If you are serious, if you want to publish your paper here, we can provide you the detailed instructions later. Yeah, these are some of the examples of our past publications we provided to our conference participants. These are some of the glimpses, examples, and we have done more. And these are some of the highlights of the previous physical conferences around the world. You can visit our website, www.iiarp.org, for exploring more about the upcoming and previous conferences. These are some of the highlights from the previous online conferences. Yeah, so this here is one note that we want to be eco-friendly and we want to go paperless. So we will provide most of the proceedings, certificate, and everything related to this conference in soft form in order to be environmental friendly. We have taken this initiative, and I think most of the organizations are going to practice this thing. So please keep in mind that you will get all the documents in your email in a soft copy. Yeah, thank you so much. That's all. And yeah, I will stop the screen sharing now. And now I will invite our keynote speaker, Dr. Aurora Sandy Balabad, to deliver her keynote speech. Thank you so much.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Greetings to our esteemed colleagues. It is an honor to join you today at the International Conference on Future of Engineering and Technology. Although I cannot be with you in person, I'm excited to share insights and engage with this vibrant community dedicated to engaging our field. Today, I'll be presenting my recently published study entitled Road and Traffic Violation Data Analytics Using Random Forests. Allow me to share my screen.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. So, as you observe, there is an increase in population and there is also a demand of motorization. It also increased, which further results to traffic congestions and violation. So congestion in traffic is a state wherein the road networks are characterized by slower speeds, longer trips, and also increase of vehicular queuing. In this effect, it affects both accessibility and mobility of people and goods as well. So moreover, the increase of economy boost, there's a need for mobility and thus increase for need of vehicle ownership. So traffic volume studies have been conducted to determine the number of movements and classification of roadway vehicles at a given location. But this data can help identify critical flow time periods, determine the influence of large vehicles or pedestrian on vehicular traffic, especially on the traffic flow, or document traffic trends. So the road administration departments have increased its manpower to address these pressing traffic problems. But there are no further studies that have been conducted on how to address road and traffic violation issued by enforcers or even police officers, which usually amounts to around 5,000 violation ticket per month, no? But such data was never been processed for analysis. So it is important to find use of this information, build analytical models, and use interactive tools to understand the relevance, trends, and driving behaviors from traffic violation data. So the paper was able to establish a violation analytic model by using distributed random forest for the data violation. So as you can see on the screen, random forest is a powerful classification and regression tool. So when you give a set of data, the random forest generates a forest of classification or regression trees rather than a singular classification or a regression tree. It is important to create, or it is the most accurate learning algorithm available for many data set. If you are going to have many data set, it will produce a highly accurate classifier. So the study was able to process, inspect, cleanse, and transform, and even develop and implement, and also evaluate a road traffic violation application that were the data sets were performed and analyzed using such random forest regression tool. So the study also make use of this framework, apply conceptual architectural design for the data analytics. So if you can see on the architecture, the data had come from internal and external sources. Multiple formats residing multiple locations in numerous legacy and other application. All this data has been pulled together for the analytic purposes. So this data is still raw. It has been transformed. If you notice, there are service orientation architecture approach combined with a web server or middleware also applied in the study. So the other approach is also the data warehousing. Here on the screen, we have here the data warehousing, where an approach is the data was aggregated and made ready for process. However, there are also some data that are unavailable real time. So an extra step was applied, to transform and load the data. So that is what we call ETL, to have a diverse source and cleanse to make sure that it is ready. So in the next stage in the framework, there are several decisions that are made regarding the data input approach designed to distribute, select, and analyze, come up with an analytical model. So if you notice on the further right of the diagram, there are 4 typical applications of the data analytics. We have here the queries, the report, the online analytics, and also the online analytic processing, or what you call OLAP. And of course, you have here the data mining. The visualization, as you can notice, is an overarching theme across all platforms, because we need to have a variety of techniques and technologies so that we can adapt on the aggregation, the manipulation, the analysis, and the visualization of the data. So the study sought to develop and implement, evaluate a web-based road and traffic citation management system with a mobile application. Of course, it is provided with a data set to perform data analysis by, again, as what I've mentioned, using the random forest. So there are four that the study was able to address, no, or to answer. The first one is the assessment of the road participants of the current practice of the road and traffic management in terms of traffic violation citation issuance, management of the traffic violation citation and ticket, monitoring of traffic violation status. And the second one is the application, the developed application to enhance the current road and traffic administration and management. The third one is the result of the analytics using the random forest in terms of the road and traffic violation, in terms of the gender of the violator, the vehicle owner's address, the location of the violation, the months and the time the violation was committed, and then also the traffic enforcer who issued the citation. Since the system is going to develop a platform, we are going also to make sure that it has complied with international standard that will be checked by not just the user, but also technical experts in the field of technology, guided with ISO 25010 criteria under the criterion functional sustainability, performance efficiency, usability, reliability, security, maintainability, and also portability. So I also mentioned this one. No, I'll go directly to the result and discussion. This is the interface of the web platform that is being developed. This can be accessed by the administration or the head of the office, as the enforcer also has its own dashboard for this one. So this is where the reports can be seen, and then the analytical report comes with the dashboard. The next one is also the report review, where they can print it or they can have an advanced search on all the citation that is being inputted in the system. They also have an option to print. They also have a log for all the activities, no, the enforcer's activity logs in the system to make sure that there's a transparency and accountability in all the inputs. This is also the interface for the violator, where they can actually see or access online their violation. They just need to input their plate number or their citation number, no, that is being issued to them. This is the mobile version of the platform, where the enforcers can actually use their issued mobile phone to issue a citation ticket or to search if what is the status of the vehicle, no, if it has prior violation, or what is the status of the driver itself. So they can have a fast and easy access to those data. As you can see here, there's also a report generated using the mobile app. No? So this is both web and mobile application.
Sorry
Now-
for interruption. You have 3 more minutes, so please be conclusive.
So here we have the results and discussion in terms of data analytic results. So if you can see here on the classification, as I mentioned earlier, there are 20,245 data sets that was cleaned. In terms of gender, you can see here that male has the most highest number of violation, no, 20,129. 3,600 of them is violation 37. So this is a sample report of the classification. We also have here the result for violation for the officer's type, as well as the violator's address and its location, and then in terms of month and also the time. So you can actually see here what are the highest or the most violated violation in terms of time, even in terms of months. For the prediction, we also have here in terms of gender, who is likely to commit the violation and what are the violation that will be committed in using the random forest classification. Same through with the violations address. We can see here that 40, address 40 and 58 are most likely the location that has the highest violation. This is also the result for the location of violation where the violation is committed and also the likelihood of the month that has the highest number of violation. So based on the data, February would be the most highest month that has the violation. And also here for the time and then also for the officer that has issued the citation or violation ticket. This is the result that is the final result for the users and experts evaluation result using the ISO standard in terms of the characteristic that I have mentioned a while ago. So this is the result for the experts and also the results for the users. Classified based on this criterion. No? So as a conclusion of the study, it is very what you call this one, evident that the web-based and mobile application provides accessibility anywhere, anytime. No, but of course, there is also a limitation when it comes to internet connection. But nowadays, internet connection can be accessed easily because we have already parameters for that. So the road personnel's ability to provide or retrieve data in a way that it suits them. So in this way, the up-to-date information is always at the fingertip of people who need to access those data. So the use of the data analysis, especially to agencies such as the local personnel, this is not new in the industry, as cited in various systems and studies. But what we want to highlight here is the importance of the data analysis and interpreting data that is proven to be helpful in the road and traffic management, especially in reviewing the road plans and strategies or decision and policy making that can further enhance the road and traffic flow. So what are those impact and outcomes of the study? So the road and traffic violation pattern using data analytics, it may lead to significant outcomes, aimed at enhancing road and traffic management, government planning, and also decision making that has various key impacts. The first one is improve road and traffic management. By analyzing the patterns of the road and traffic violation, the study was able to provide insight into current practice and identified areas for improvement in the road and traffic management strategies. This can lead to more efficient traffic flow, reduce congestion, and enhance safety measures on the road. Also, another impact is informed decision making. The analysis of the road and traffic violation data has equipped policymakers and traffic authorities with valuable information to make informed decisions regarding infrastructure development, law enforcement strategies, and resources allocation for traffic management. And also, we can consider the impact and outcomes on development of the analytical models. The study has developed an analytical model using advanced technique such as the random forest classification. So this model enables predictive analytics of the road and traffic violations. that can help authorities to anticipate, prevent any potential violation that would be more effectively. Another impact and outcome of the study is an enhanced system for traffic citation management. Because we were able to develop and implement a web-based road and traffic citation management system with a mobile application, it can provide a comprehensive platform for managing and monitoring issued citation ticket. So this system streamlines the process of handling violations and ensuring better tracking and enforcement. Aside from which, it can also have insight to driving behaviors, because if you try to analyze the various predictor, such as gender of the violators, location of the violation, and time of occurrence, the study has proven that the insight into the driving behaviors and patterns contributes to the traffic violations. So this understanding can guide targeted interventions, an educational campaign to promote safer driving practice. Aside from which, we were able to evaluate the system's performance. So the evaluation of the developed application using the ISO standards criterion, it demonstrates its effectiveness and reliability in meeting the user's needs and the quality of standards. So the study was able to have a positive rating for both the system
Please
users
conclude.
and
Thank you.
the experts. Okay. So, as a closing statement, the study embarked on a comprehensive analysis of the road and traffic violation using data analytic techniques aiming to enhance the road and traffic management, government planning and decision-making process. Also, by scrutinizing the current road and traffic management practice, the study developed and implemented a robust road and traffic violation application, leveraging data analytic methodologies to gain insight into driving behaviors and trends. So through the meticulous data cleaning, over 20,000 record sets were derived, enabling the construction of analysis models to understand the predictors of the road and traffic violation. So these predictors include the gender of the violators, vehicles owners' addresses, violation location, time and month of the violation, and then the issuing officers. By utilizing the random forest classification and regression tool, it was able to facilitate an in-depth class analysis and prediction of the various patterns. So the finding affirms that the system's capability to enhance the road and traffic system, supported by the recommendations such as providing adequate access to the training of the personnel and leveraging data analytics, results to a continuous improvement. So overall, the study was able to lay a groundwork for more efficient and effective road traffic management practice in the city. So thank you for your attention. Once again, good afternoon.
Thank you so much for delivering the keynote speech on road and traffic data violation analytics using random forest. And now I will invite our session chair, Professor Dr. Mike Ali, to start the session one, technical session one. So let me, yeah. Are you there, Professor? Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? Dr. Satya?
Yeah. Do you have the schedule? Please proceed to the technical session one. And
Thank you
it
very
is
much.
to be noted, please, that the maximum time for each participant is 10 minutes. So I will stop you. I will remind you when you reach to the stage of like 7 minutes, and you will have remaining 3 minutes. So please be careful about the time. Thank you so much. Hello?
Well, thank you very much. Okay, now I just give you some instructions how this thing will work. Before we start, I will say the paper ID number. If it's yours, so please you have to share your screen and proceed. So now we are going to begin our session. So now the first paper, which paper ID is 071, a log management system for administrating employees, students, and visitors. Paper ID 071. If you are there, please proceed.
Paper ID 071. Are you available? Paper ID 071. The author name is Donald Farrell, CRS. Yes, please proceed. Please share your screen and proceed to the presentation, please. You have 10 minutes, please, so conclude your research findings. Thank you. And other participants, please mute yourself during the session. Thank you. Please proceed.
Hello, good morning. My name is Donald from St. Peter's College, Iligan City, and I just wanted to confirm if you can see the screen that I shared.
Yeah, it's visible. Please proceed.
Okay, thank you. So, good morning, everyone, and I'm here to present study titled Log Management System for Administrators, Employees, and Students and Visitors. Currently, St. Peter's College relies on manual logbook system and recording the entry and exit of administrators, employees, and students and visitors. This traditional method is inefficient, time-consuming, and susceptible to errors and dishonest entries, as individuals may input incorrect information simply to complete the log. Additionally, the manual process lacks real-time data access, making it challenging to quickly retrieve and analyze the logs when needed, especially during emergencies or for contact tracing purposes. The delay in data processing can lead to ineffective monitoring and tracking, leaving gaps in the institution's ability to ensure the safety and security of its community. So to address these issues, we researchers proposed developing a log management system using QR codes to digitize the logging process. And the system will be entirely web-based, allowing for quick and accurate data entry via QR code scanning. This modern approach will store essential user information, including timestamps, vaccination status, and student enrollment status. In comparison to the RFID systems used by institutions like the College of Engineering and Computer Studies at Lyceum of the Philippines, the proposed LMS or log management system is more cost-effective, as QR codes do not require additional hardware like transmitters and receivers. The QR codes will be integrated into the ID cards for administrators, employees, and students, while visitors can generate their QR codes through the LMS web application. This project will be developed using the Django framework, a high-level Python web framework known for its security and maintainability. The LMS will also feature two innovative options, which are the ability to upload a vaccination card to verify vaccination status, and the ability for students to upload their certificate of registration, or COR, to confirm their enrollment. Additionally, the technology acceptance model, which is STAMP, was applied to measure usability by examining aspects like ease of use and user satisfaction. This will be our frameworks on log management systems, the employees, admins, visitors, and students. The next slide is the diagram of the theory used in the study, which is the technology acceptance model. And for our research objectives, the primary goal of the study is to create a log management system for administrators, employees, students, and visitors of St. Peter's College in Iligan City, streamlining the process of recording logins and logouts. Additionally, TAM is used to assess the viewpoints of the College of Computer Studies instructors, students, and school nurse, evaluating the system's effectiveness. In particular, the study aims to, number one, develop a log management system that incorporates the following features: user creation, user type, which are admin, employees, students, and visitors, filling out basic information such as full name, address, age, and contact number, uploading vaccination card, certificate of registration, generate QR code, attaching the QR code on the identification card of the administrators, employees, and students, since not included the visitors, scanning QR code to create logging data, log records, and SMS notifications. Number two, to assess the level of acceptance and effectiveness of the log management system among College of Computer Studies instructors, students, and school nurse. The participants and sampling procedures are 50 students in the College of Computer Studies at St. Peter's College, 9 instructors in the same college, and 1 school nurse. Now we are in this slide. We have here our login page with the login form, which only the admin can access. On the left side, we have the dashboard, which you can see the total amount of department, courses, employees, visitors, and students. And for the department page, we have here the name, description, status, and action columns, which are for the status, you can see if the college or the department is active or not. And on the action column, we have edit and delete action. And we have on the left side, we have the add department form. If you want to add a new department on the school or the system. Now for the course page, we have here the department which the course belongs to, the name, the description, the status, and the action, which is similar to the department page. And it will be the same. You can change the status if it's active or inactive. And we also have the add course form if you want to add a course. Now we have here the student page. And for our student page, we have code, which is the ID number, department, which the students belongs to, course, the name, and the action column. In the action column, there will be additional option, which is to view the details of the student, to edit, and to delete. We can see here on the left side, on the right side, the student form on adding a student and the student details. On the student
For
details, as you can see,
interruption, you have 3 more minutes, so please be conclusive. Thank you.
okay, so we have here the student, the details, and for employee page, it will be the same or similar to the student page. And we have here the QR scanner and the add temperature form. After you scan the QR code, you add the temperature that you have. And then we have here the campus logs records, which will save the records that was scanned and the mass SMS templates. And the generated report, which is a PDF file. Now, in conclusions, the development of a log management system using QR codes at St. Peter's College represents a significant advancement in streamlining the process of logging entry and exit data within the campus. By digitizing the current manual system, the LMS will enhance the efficiency, accuracy, and the security of record keeping while also addressing critical needs such as vaccination verification and enrollment status tracking. The implementation of this system will not only simplify administrative tasks, but also improve safety measures through effective contact tracing and timely notifications. Although the study focuses on web-based platform, it lays the groundwork for future enhancements, including mobile app integration, and hardware support, which could further optimize the system's functionality and user experience. And that will be all for my presentation. Thank you so much for listening, everyone.
Thank you so much. Please stop sharing your screen, and we will have Q&A session. At the end of this session, you can ask question or provide your suggestion. Please proceed to the next one.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shakir. Now we have to proceed to the next presenter, whose paper ID is 072. Paper ID 072. SciR enhance the science learning through augmented reality. Paper ID 072.
Paper ID 072. The author name is Edward A. Cabello. Are you available? Please share your screen and proceed to the presentation. Yes, it is visible, and please proceed.
Good day, everyone. I am Edward, and today I will be presenting our project titled SciR, Enhanced Science Learning through Augmented Reality.
Please proceed.
As we all know, traditional science education often struggles to engage students, particularly when dealing with abstract concepts. Our project Science IR aims to address this by using mobile augmented reality to create an interactive learning environment by integrating 3D model and animations. We seek to make science concept more tangible and engaging for students. Our research is based on the technology acceptance model, which help us understand the factors that influence how users accept and interact with new technology. For the development of our mobile augmented reality application, we use Unity 3D alongside AR Foundation and AR Core, with C# as our main programming language. Moreover, we also use AR Foundation and AR Core to accurately determine the device position and orientation in the augmented environment. To manage data, particularly for node creation and retrieval, we integrated SQLite as our database management system. Finally, the application is designed to run on Android operating system, supporting newer versions that are compatible with AR technology. This diagram shows how our AR or Sci-AR apps work. On the left, we have AR Core and Unity. AR Core helps the app understand the physical environment, while Unity is used to create and display the 3D models. In the middle is a device, a smartphone or tablet running our app. The device communicates with AR Core and Unity to generate the augmented reality experience. At the bottoms, we have the 3D model. The education content, these are loaded into the device and appear in the AR environment for the students to interact with. Finally, on the right, you can see the end result, a 3D model overlaid into the real world through the device screen. This setup makes learning more interactive and engaging by blending real and digital world. Our study is grounded in the technology acceptance model, which examines factor influence user acceptance and behavior toward new technology. This model is essential and understanding how students will interact with and benefit from the SciR application. The main objective of our study are twofold. Development of the SciR application, we aim to create a tool that features animated and informative 3D models along with a note-keeping system Two is assessing effectiveness and acceptance. We utilize the technology acceptance models to evaluate how well the application is received by students and its impact on the learning. We tested the SciR app with 40 fifth grade students from Tubod Elementary School. The students used the app to scan images in their science book, which then projected corresponding 3D models. We collected feedback to gauge the app effectiveness and ease of use. So right here, we see the application itself, the UI, which is scanning the image from the book. And it's and it shows the 3D model according to the scan image. Here we can see the list of available 3D models that comes with the app. Here we can see the description and explanation of the 3D models. And this UI shows that you are not where to make a notes. And we have here the list of notes that has been created. And here we can see that you can view the note that you created, and on the right side you can click the button to edit the note, and on the left side you can delete the note. In conclusion, our study found that the SciR application significantly enhanced the learning experience for fifth grade students. The technology acceptance model revealed a positive reception with mean score of 3.4, indicating confidence in its effectiveness. Students found the application easy to use and engaging, which improved their attitudes towards learning science. We recommend further development of the SciR application to include more 3D models and features, emphasizing the potential of technology-enhanced learning solutions to improve educational outcomes. Thank you for all your attention and time today. I hope you find this presentation insightful and informative.
Thank you so much for presenting your research, and we will have Q&A session, and you can come to the Q&A session for question and suggestion. Thank you so much. Please proceed to the next one.
Well, thank you very much for sharing such a knowledgeable things and information about the research area of learning science. Now we are time to move to the next presenter. His paper ID is 073, Guaranteed Information System, GIS. The paper ID is 073.
The paper ID 073, author JCM Gamayon. Are you available? Yeah, please proceed. It's visible and you can proceed to present your PPT. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am GCM Gumayon, and I'm here to present my study, which is Granted Information System. The study examines the challenges faced by scholarship coordinators in managing CHED's various financial aid programs and highlights how the Granted Information System simplifies the process by connecting students and coordinators for easier scholarship management. St. Peter's College struggles with managing grantee data and fund releases using a manual system, which hinders transparency, complicates report generation for CHED, and requires students to check for updates via Facebook or in person, highlighting the need for a granted information system. Thus, to address the issue cited, the researchers develop a granted information system that offers school administration anytime, anywhere access, making data management more efficient and user-friendly, in contrast to existing student information system that lack similar features. The researchers used Laravel, SAMP, and Almin LTE for development, the Laravel for its elegant PHP framework, SAMP for its comprehensive web server tools, and Almin LTE for its popular Bootstrap-based dashboard and control panel theme. The study provides benefits for grantees, scholarship coordinators, at the school by offering precise, up-to-date information that aids the informed decision-making and allows benefactors to track and verify the use of their donations, thereby enhancing trust and encouraging increased financial support. Additionally, technology acceptance model was used by the instructors and students to assess how well the grantees information system was accepted and its effectiveness. For this evaluation, the researchers utilized a 5-point Likert scale questionnaire. So the concept, we use the IPO process. And these are the systems flow. This is the theory that we use, the study, the TAM theory. The study's main objective is to develop a information system for students on scholarship in charge that serves as a centralized platform for accessing grantees information, scholarship type, and other important information related to scholarship at St. Peter's College in Iligan City. And here are the list of the futures that have been created. 37 random students which are grantees are the chosen participants. In the left, here is the login form. On the right is the dashboard, admin dashboard. On the left, the create user form, and the right is the creating account which setting user role. Here we are the add or update grantees information. Here the admin creates the account for the grantees. Grantees are students which are granted scholarship in St. Peter's College. And the right side are the update password. And here you can see the data that are being inputted in the system, the data of the scholars. And generate report. You can sort out the data that you wanted, then you can export it using you can print, you can copy, or you can export it as an Excel file. And this is the create or update disbursement information. The left side is the create, and then the right side are the list of the disbursement that was created. The same liquidation. Left is the created, and the right is edit. And submit upload requirements. That is the grantees dashboard, which they can submit the requirements for graduating students. And the right side is the messaging, which we use a Laravel package, which is called Chatify. And the announcement board and the create announcement. Then SMS notification that notifies the grantees whichever announcement has been created. In conclusion, based on the study's finding, the following conclusions are made. The proposed implementation of grantees information system at St. Peter's College in Iligan City represents a significant step forward in enhancing the efficiency and transparency of scholarship management. This system designed with a specific focus on grantees addresses the challenges faced by scholarship in charge by streamlining communication and simplify processing related to scholar status and fund release dates. The GIS not only offers a solution to the existing issue associated with the manual system, but also aligns with a broader goal of improving scholarship administration in higher education. Through technology integration, this initiative aims to foster a more streamlined and accessible platform for both scholarship coordinators and students, ultimately contributing to a more effective and transparent scholarship management system. That's all, and thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for presenting this research paper and finding, and we will have Q&A session at the end of the session. Please proceed to the next one.
Well, really appreciate your time and your efforts on this research study. Now we have come to move to the next presenter. His paper ID is 074, the game-based learning in mathematics of pupils and teachers. The paper ID is
047. 074.
share.
Good day, everyone. Today I'll be presenting game-based learning in game-based e-learning in mathematics. This study was conducted to explore how game-based learning can enhance student engagement and improve their performance in mathematics. The overview of the game-based learning. Game-based learning integrates educational games into the learning process to enhance student engagement and learning outcomes. This approach uses interactive games as instructional aids, making learning more enjoyable and effective. The purpose of the primary goal is to enhance student engagement and improve performance in mathematics through interactive engaging learning methods. These are the conceptual framework. Here is the conceptual report that guided our study. As you can see, we focus on integrating game-based elements into the learning process, aiming to create a more interactive and engaging educational experience for students. Research indicates that game-based learning positively impacts students' engagements and learning outcomes. The gamification elements are the points, badges, leaderboards, levels, feedbacks, and challenges are used to increase motivation and participation. These are the research methodology. Utilize the agile model for iterative and incremental software development. We employ the agile model for our software development, allowing us to make iterative improvements based on feedbacks. Our study involved 41 fifth grade students from Tubod Elementary School in Iligan City who participated in our game-based learning activities. These are the features of our admin. Our application offers various features tailored for different users' roles. These are for the admins. Admins can manage the registered users, create and assign classes. This is where we create the classes. And the other roles is teachers. And the teachers can manage classes and students, create lessons activities, send SMS notifications. The students' application features can access lessons, quiz easily, play educational games, and claim rewards. The results and discussion: gender distribution 43.9% females and 56.1% male. Students provide positive feedback on the applications, increase student engagement, and improve cognitive skills were observed through game-based learning. The game-based learning effectively engage students and improves cognitive skills in mathematics. The potential improvements include additional features, more interactive games, and enhanced user's interface. So, in conclusion, our study confirms that game-based learning is an effective tool in enhancing student engagement and improving cognitive skills in mathematics. Moving forward, we aim to incorporate additional features and more interactive games to further enhance the user's experience. And that's all.
Okay, thank you so much for presenting your research finding, and we will have Q&A session at the end of the session. So please proceed to the next one.
Well, thank you very much for the presentation. It was very knowledgeable and good. Now it's time to move to the next presenter whose paper ID. His paper ID is 075. The task management and creativity app with this desktop robot display.
075. Paper ID 075. 075. Are you available? The author name is Lara Elika Monticello.
Good day, everyone. So our project is named Task Management and Productivity App with Desktop Robot Display. My name is Clever Preciosidiasis, and my co-author is Lara Elica L. Maticilio, Milana S. Gambi, Rochelle May Victoria S. Nazareno, John Andy J. Genovia, and Roland Morel B. Montibon. So let's proceed for our introduction. So productivity apps have emerged as the most popular categories of apps in recent years. Productivity apps have been demonstrated to offer three benefits: accountability, assessment, and improvement. Furthermore, social isolation, mental exhaustion, and being unproductive are the common problems students usually encounter. The problem of handling their academic workload with other commitments and duties, including part-time employment, extracurricular activities, and family obligations, is one of the most frequent difficulties students confront. Stress, unproductiveness, and a lack of desire to study may arise from this. To address the issue of social isolation, mental exhaustion, and unproductivity, the Desktop Robot is designed to be a user-friendly tool that assists users in managing their tasks, schedule, setting reminders, adding notes, and a game feature. To address the challenge of managing academic workload, the Task Management and Productivity app with Desktop Robot Display can be programmed to assist users in work activities and track their progress to ensure they are on track to meet their objectives. The theory implemented in the study is the TAM theory, which is it imparts a structure and insights for evaluating user acceptance and behaviors towards adopting the technology. And Arduino is used for the system's hardware components. A web server is added to control various aspects of the robot's functionality and serve as the API endpoint. The main database management system for handling and storing data will be SQL, and C is the primary programming language for scripting the robot. And lastly, the front end of the mobile web application is created using JavaScript. And next is the conceptual paradigm using the IPO model. So the input will be the consultation with the advisor, instructor, and the feedback to the students. And the process would be the requirement gathering, design, prototype, evaluation, refine prototype, and the final product. And lastly, the output, which is the task management and productivity app, the Desktop Robot Display, which is our project. Next would be the productivity robot display framework. So we have here the mobile system, which is served as the central unit for our system. We have here the notes, reminder, checklist, game, which is we have the trigger button that sends data with the using of specific data web server that will display the data in the LCD. And the next is the theory use in the study. We have used the TAM, which is the technology acceptance model. So we have here the external variable, which will be using the perceived usefulness, perceived ease of use, attitude toward using, behavioral intention to use, and the actual system usage. And we have here our research objective. We have the task managing tool, which is the note taking, checklist, reminder, and we have a game feature, which is the tic-tac-toe and the memory game. And the number two research objective is to evaluate the acceptance level and efficiency and efficacy of the task management and productivity apps with Desktop Robot Display by the CCS students. So the participants, which is the sampling procedure, would be the 50 students at the College of Computer Studies at St. Peter's College, Iligan City, age ranging from 19 to 27. And lastly, participants are first-year students up to fourth-year students. So this is the output or the 3D render of Pixie, the robot. And this is the mobile system, which is the checklist, calendar, and the notes. And we have here the adding, editing options of the productivity app. And we have here the management for the options. We have adding, editing, and the note management. We have here the adding, editing options as well. And lastly, the game feature, which is the tic-tac-toe and the memory game. So in conclusion, following the evaluation, the majority of respondents approved the task management and productivity apps with Desktop Robot Display It demonstrates how respondents' attitudes improve regarding utilizing productivity and task management apps with desktop robot displays, as well as its influence by how simple and valuable they believe these systems to be. The fact that students' attitude improved when they use task management and productivity app with desktop robot display suggests that it has a beneficial effect on their perceptions of usefulness and simplicity of using task management and productivity app with desktop robot display. That's all, and good afternoon.
Thank you so much for presenting your paper, and we will have Q&A session later. So you can participate. Please proceed to the next one.
Thank you very much for the presentation and sharing such the findings. Now it's time to move to the next presenter. His paper ID. Paper ID is 757. Using GIS with the social ecological data to support the partial planning of marine national park.
Paper ID
757.
757, Chen Chulin. Chen Chulin, are you available? Chen Chulin. Paper ID 757. 757. 757. Paper ID 757. Are you available, or we need to proceed to the next one? Okay, so please proceed to the next one.
Thank you very much. Now it's time to have the next presenter, whose paper ID is 758. The potential flight sustainability evaluation of coastal ecotourism development using the Fuzzy analytical hierarchical process.
758, paper ID 758. The author is Ming-Ching Li. Ming-Ching Li. Author Ming-Ching Li, are you available? Author Ming-Ching Li is not available, so please proceed to the next one. Yeah, the next. So this is, I think, the end of this session. Am I right, Professor?
Yeah, Dr. Shakir, it's the last paper of this session. Now the next session will be at 2 o'clock. So
yeah,
you can.
So wait, we just now need to come to the Q&A session, and I was really very happy to see all those papers presented in this session, and all the papers data is per IC was supported by robust methodologies and theoretical frameworks in achievable objectives. But still some improvements are always there in every manuscript, as we know. And now we are open to the Q&A session because we are late up time and we need to proceed to the next session. So we are open to the Q&A session. If you have questions from the keynote speaker, or if you have questions from other participants in this session, you can ask questions, or if you want to provide some suggestions. So we are open now to the Q&A session, please. We will have 5 minutes, maximum 5 minutes, to discuss the papers in the first session. So please, if you want to ask something, you can ask now. Oh, sorry, Barrios Marvin. Wait, let me check. You didn't present your paper? Let me check. Are you in the session 1?
We used the link that was forwarded to us, sir, and it led us here. in this session.
What's your name? Sorry, and what's your paper ID?
My paper ID is 110824-081. This is the link that was
081.
forwarded to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
081. Marvin, yes. So you are in the session 2. So wait for that. Okay, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. This was the session 1. Technical session 1 is over. And now we are in the Q&A session of the technical session 1.
Hello, sir. I am also included in session 2, but the Zoom link given to us provided by the organizer leads us in technical session 1. Please include us all.
No problem. We are all here. Both the session 1 and session 2 are all together here in this one session. Okay.
Noted, sir. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so this is session 1. If you have no question, I will ask you all, please open your cameras that we can take a photo here for the session 1, and then we will proceed to the next session. Please open your cameras. Yeah, so we will take a photo, a group photo with your smiley faces, please. Yeah. Thank you. A few more. A few more. Okay. Be ready. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much. Okay, so now the session 1 participant can leave or either stay with us in the session 2. So that's up to you. Thank you so much for participating in this session, and we are looking forward to see you in our upcoming conferences and other academic activities. Thank you so much. Okay, so Professor, can we please proceed to the session 2?
Yeah, Dr. Safir, thank you very much. Now it's time to proceed to the next section. We will just see the name of the idea of the paper and the title of the paper. If it's you have to share your screen and begin. You will have 10 minutes to then present your presentations and your research, everything. And in the end, we will have Q&A session. Thank you. Now, I'm going to say the paper ID of session 2. So the session 2 paper ID is 081. Mental health intervention and psychological risk in Philippine National Police. Thank you. If you're there, please proceed.
Okay, 081.
Yes,
Please
that's
come
me,
to the
sir.
screen.
Yeah. May I ask my colleague, Ms. Sampul Ibeliones, to do the presentation or sharing of my PowerPoint, please?
Okay, allow me to share my screen.
Yeah,
Good
it's already
afternoon,
allowed.
everyone.
Excuse me, sir. I think, hello, sir, for the organizer.
Yes.
I think, sir, in the series of session 2, my paper should be presented first. My paper ID number is 180-824-117.
Sorry, what's your paper ID?
180-824-117, sir.
117 in the session 2?
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry, yeah. This was the updated schedule. So please, we need to start with the paper ID 117. The paper title is From Filling to Outcome, a cross-sectional study on perpetrator profile in rape cases, to be presented by Javelin Avon Zoom. Yeah, please. You're the first, please.
Okay, apologies for the supposed presenter, but I think my time's not. Sorry, ma'am.
It's okay. It's okay, ma'am.
Yeah, sorry, that was the
Okay,
updated one I received later. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Please
I'm
proceed.
sorry. Okay, sir. May I share my screen? Anyways, I'll present my presentation. Okay. Is my screen visible, sir?
Yeah, it's visible, please.
Okay, my audio is audible, sir?
Yeah. Please proceed.
Okay po. So, I'll be starting my presentation. So good afternoon, everyone. So for my co-participants who are coming from the Philippines also. So I'm gonna present first my study, and my title is about From Filing to Outcome. So a cross-sectional study on the perpetrators, profile, and rape cases. So I'll be starting with my biography. So I am Miss Jeveline G. Pasquiwan. So I am a professor I'm assistant professor 1B in the College of Criminal Justice Education here in University of the Cordilleras, under the College of Criminal Justice Education. Okay, so my expertise in the field of research are delved on criminology, policy, disaster, social sciences, and humanities. So at present, also, I have finished my studies in the same university, which is University of the Cordilleras, my BS Criminology, my master's, and my PhD. Okay, so let me start already with my presentation proper. Oh my God, it's not presented pala. Okay, so again, I'll be starting with my abstract. So in my abstract, the main objective of my study is to explore the perpetrator profile and how does it influence the rape case outcomes. So if we say rape case outcomes, it is pertaining on how the crime of rape was decided from the police level to the prosecutor's level to the court level. Because the problem with this one is that usually the rape cases are only reported at the police level, but it does not progress or it does not survive the legal system. Okay, so in the methods, I have here a method, quantitative method, which is a cross-sectional study. And the main findings of my study is that although not significant, the profile of the perpetrator with high commission rates is still influential. Why not all reported rape cases progress in the legal system? Because the profile of the perpetrator of rape affects the victim's decision in not pursuing the crime in the legal system. So the conclusion here is that this highlights the complexity of elements affecting the outcomes of rape cases, which needs for interventions aimed at improving case outcomes. Okay, so let me introduce first what is the main motivation on why did I study this particular discipline. So when offenders remain free, public safety is at risk. So this is from Weiser 2017 and Valley 2017. Because despite the growing awareness and understanding of rape cases profiles, a significant number of cases remain unresolved. Okay, so if there is unsolved rape cases, there's perpetuates the culture of rape, which does not harm only the survivor but the whole society, because the rape perpetrator is at large or freely moving in the society. The research gap in my study is that I focus on the profile of the perpetrator because most of the studies only focus on the victim's profile, on why they are being victimized, but we fail to identify how does the profile of the perpetrator affects also the case progress. So the problem statement is that what is the perpetrator's profile of rape cases from 2018 to 2022 in terms of age, with influence of liquor and status. With regards to the influence of alcohol, is that when they did commit the crime, is there a consumption of alcohol during the commission of the rape. And when it comes to status, it refers to the status of the perpetrator during the reporting of the crime of rape in the police level. So in the status, the indicators here is that if the perpetrator is arrested, or if the perpetrator is at large, or if the perpetrator is under investigation. Okay, and the null hypothesis that is being tested in my study is that if there is no significant relationship between perpetrator profile and the rape case outcome. So when it comes to my methodology, it is a quantitative method, specifically a cross-sectional design. A cross-sectional design in a sense that I only gather the data from the 286 reported cases from police SIRAS. So SIRAS, by the way, is the crime incident reporting system of the police, wherein all of the data of the cases were put in this database. Okay, so from 2018 to 2022, with the 5-year span, there are 286 reported cases. With regards to the ethical consideration of my study, during the data gathering, the police officer who assisted me removed all of the unnecessary data in the SIRAS, and then he only gave me the data that I needed, which is age, the status, and the alcohol, if there is an alcohol consumption. So these are all pertaining to the ethical consideration, in a sense that any identification of the perpetrator was not made available to me. Okay, so in respect also with data privacy, this is emphasized. So
Sorry
my
for
study is
interruption. You have 3 minutes, so please conclude. Thank you.
okay. So next, we have here the results. So in the results, the findings identify that the male adults aged 26 to 44 are with the highest commission rate. And this is also alarming because most of the rape that was committed here in Baguio City is that they have no history of alcohol consumption during the commission of the rape itself. So they are at their own sanity, or their decision making was not affected by alcohol consumption when they did commit the crime. And then those who are also arrested had the highest commission rates of rape. And based on the regression analysis that was implemented in my study, null hypothesis is rejected. So in the discussion, notwithstanding its lack of significance, the high commission rate involving the profile in terms of age, alcohol consumption, and arrested perpetrators affect the case outcome of rape by directly affecting the victim's decision of not pursuing the rape case in the legal system. So my conclusion is that ultimately, the findings highlight that the need for a more thorough examination of factors related to perpetrator profiles to improve rape cases outcomes by solving first the root cause of why the commission of rape is being already increasing here in the city of Baguio. In my recommendation, this is crucial for guiding future criminal justice reforms and interventions aimed at improving both the effectiveness and fairness of case management in order, again, to improve the rape case outcome in the legal system with regards to rape cases. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for presenting this conclusive study about rape cases in perpetrator. And we will have Q&A session at the end of the session. You can participate here. So please proceed to the next one.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shakir. Actually, I want to ask you this, that I have the file which is updated or not, because I have file in which the first presenter is, the paper ID is 081. Am I right?
Yeah, now it's 081. Sorry that I didn't get this ID was updated late in the later version. I got it later. Okay.
solve my problem. So the paper ID is 081. The title is Mental Health Intervention Psychological Risk in Philippines National Park. If you are there, please proceed.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to the esteemed members of the panel headed by Dr. Shakir, and to the distinguished guests and fellow distinguished guests of today's presentation, research enthusiasts in the field of the academe. Good afternoon. My name is Professor Marvian Maragon Barrios, Professor 3 in Cotabato Foundation College of Science and Technology. At the same time, a subject matter expert of the Philippine National Police. May I present to you the commissioned research of the Philippine National Police Training Service entitled Mental Health Interventions and Psychosocial Risk in the Philippine National Police. Police officers worldwide face a substantial psychological risk, including exposure to traumatic incidents, high stress environments, and organizational pressures, which lead to significant mental health challenges. Say, for example, the burnout and job dissatisfaction. In fact, research that was conducted by Smith and Thompson in 2024 indicates that continuous exposure to violence and critical incidents significantly contributes to the psychological strain across various countries. Similarly, the study that was conducted by Lee in 2023 highlight that excessive work demands, long hours, and inadequate support systems exacerbate burnout and stress among officers globally. Now, the stigma surrounding these mental health issues further impedes effective intervention and care. Police or Filipino police officers experience these challenges similarly, with high stress levels and psychological distress exacerbated by exposure to violence, long working hours, and insufficient mental health support. Now, recent studies emphasize the need for comprehensive support programs and improved organizational practices to address these issues effectively and enhance the officers' well-being. However, the problem is the limited research on mental health interventions within police workplace reveals a significant gap in understanding the specific needs and effective strategies. And this scarcity hinders the development of tailored support programs and highlights the necessity for new research to explore mental health challenges, evaluate existing interventions, and propose innovative solutions that can be adapted to diverse policing contexts. Addressing this gap is essential for developing evidence-based strategies in order to improve officers' well-being and job performance across different regions and police departments. Hence, this study speaks for its purpose. For the statement of the problem, there are two problems. Number one, does the availability of mental health intervention in the Philippine National Police significantly impact the occupational hazards and psychological strain, workload and organizational challenges, and support and expectations from superiors? Second, does the accessibility of mental health interventions in the Philippine National Police significantly impact occupational hazards and psychological strain, workload and organizational challenges, and support and expectations from superiors? As to the hypothesis of the study, I will be testing, or I had tested, two hypotheses. First, this is to test if there is no significant impact of the availability of mental health interventions on the three factors: occupational hazards and psychological strain, workload and organizational challenges, and support and expectations from superiors. Second, there is no significant impact of the accessibility of mental health interventions on occupational hazards and psychological strain, workload and organizational challenges, and support and expectations from superiors. Now, this study was anchored in the different theoretical frameworks. Say, for example, the stress theory, developed by Lazarus and Folkman in 1984, which is known as transactional model of stress. This stress theory emphasized that stress arises from the interaction between individuals' perceptions of challenging situations and their perceived coping resources. Another theory is the social support theory developed by Cohen and Wheels in 1985, which purports that social support can act as a buffer against stress by offering emotional, informational, and instrumental assistance. Both the presence of this theoretical framework in assessing these interventions contribute to the reducing stress and enhancing well-being of the police officers, and by improving workplace support and addressing organizational challenges, mental health interventions align with the following theories that I had mentioned. As to the methodology, well, this study employed a quantitative research design assessing the impact of mental health intervention on various factors to 2,725 police officers nationwide. That's 17 regions in the Philippines, and utilizing a researcher-designed questionnaire that was administered through an online survey. And this questionnaire
Sorry
was
for
developed.
interruption. You have 3 more minutes, so please be conclusive. Thank you.
It was developed by testing the reliability and the validity index. As to the results of the study, now result of the study had found. Next slide, please. Findings of the research revealed that there is an impact on occupational hazards and psychological strain by 29%. If you have noticed the last column, occupational hazards and psychological strain is significantly associated with the mental health intervention. 30% of the workload and organizational challenges is affected by the mental health intervention, and 32% is affected as to the support and expectations from superiors. Another finding is that, next slide, please. Another finding is that 25% of the occupational hazards and psychological strain can be attributed to the accessibility of mental health intervention. 23% can be attributed to the workload and organizational challenges, and 26% can be attributed to the support and expectations from the superiors. So as for the conclusion, the availability and accessibility of mental health support substantially reduces the occupational hazards and psychological strain, managing the workload and organizational challenges, and improving the support and expectations from superiors. The significant impact of both the availability and the accessibility of mental health interventions on occupational variables underscores the necessity for organizations to implement comprehensive mental health support programs in the Philippine National Police. In conclusion, or for the recommendation, future research is recommended to explore the specific components of mental health interventions that contribute most significantly in improving the occupational variables in the Philippine National Police. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for presenting your research findings with us, sharing your research, and please proceed to the next one. We will come to the Q&A session later.
Well, thank you very much for your time and effort. Now it's time to move to the next presenter, whose paper ID is 0H2. OH2. The title is Psychological Capital of High School Students Basis of enhancement program during COVID-19 pandemic. If you are there, please share your screen and proceed.
Okay, allow me to share my screen, sir.
Yes, please proceed.
Okay, sir. Is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, visible.
Okay. Is my audio audible, sir?
Yes, please proceed.
Okay, good day everyone. I am Bainena Balibagoso Sampolna, an Assistant Professor 1 of Cotabato Foundation College of Science and Technology. I will be presenting my paper titled Psychological Capital of High School Students, Basis for Enhancement Program during COVID-19 Pandemic. In collaborative learning environment, students matter. Students are still making study spaces despite the pandemic. COVID-19 has depressed and stressed all kids. Multiple modules and other needs make tasks difficult. Negative performance affects students' learning competencies, module submissions, and other activities. Luthan's 2017 underlines that student psychological capital, self-efficacy, hope, optimism, happiness, and resilience is still examined. Students must work safely according to Compass et al. 2016. According to HART 2015, children, home, and school well-being boost organization health and learning force, but this is unhealthy. Easy-to-use approach from the Philippine Department of Education and Commission on Higher Education helps students in all skills. They considering teachers and students. The encounter were highlighted because they might provide students with daily feedback and encourage happiness. Thus, psychological capital or PsyCap as a basic mental element and rules meeting conditions specifically for the pandemic is crucial to these students' situations according to Luthans et al. 2015. The study sought to determine the psychological capital of the students in the Cotabato Foundation College of Science and Technology, Arakan Duruluman, Cotabato, which will be basis for the planning and making enhancement. So the research question is, what is the demographic profile of students in terms of age group, sex, and year level? Second, what is the level of psychological capital high school students in terms of optimism, resilience, hope, and self-efficacy? And the third is there any significant difference in the school psychological capital of the high school students in terms of when they are grouped according to age group, sex, and year level? Okay, the conceptual framework of the study shown the interrelationship of the independent and dependent variables to further determine and elicit the outcome of this study. This quantitative analysis employed the descriptive, non-experimental approach. This explanatory investigation yield fluid, subjective data from respondents' knowledge and observation. This study sampled purposefully. The respondent must be school year 2020-2021 students of Cotabato Foundation College of Science and Technology in Duruluman, Arakan, Cotabato. 7th to 10th graders were studied. Google Forms were used for this global survey. The survey only included the Cotabato Foundation College of Science and Technology in Duruluman, Arakan, Cotabato. The study assessed students' psychological capital using the Sapia-Prapa et al. 2013 modified 24-item PCQ of Lothans Youssef and Abolio 2007. To validate the standardized questionnaire, I categorized the questions. Research variables employed a 5-point Likert scale. The Likert scale invites respondents to tick or uncheck additional items concerning an attitude, object, or stimulus. Rating scale numbers are of operations. 2007 Santos, the study followed the data gathering and procedures to demonstrate the exact process of data. I have performed the utmost confidentiality and security in all forms during, on, and off of the conduct of the study, such as no falsification leading to misinformation and no conflict of interest. In interpreting and analyzing the data, the following statistical tools were utilized. Mean. So this was employed to determine the level of psychological capital of the students. Then, Mann-Whitney-Hughes test. This is a non-parametric statistical treatment was used to identify the significant difference on the levels of psychological capital of the students when analyzed by sex. Then, Kruskal-Wallis test. This non-parametric statistical treatment was used to identify the significant difference on the level of psychological capital of students when analyzed by age and year level. In Table 1, jots down the Doroman Arakan Cotabato College of Science and Technology students. This survey comprises 61.4 women and 38.6% men. 48.6% were 15 to 16 years old, and 35.7% 13 to 14 years old, 15.7 17 plus. So purposefully random sampling indicate is 41.4 grade 9 student and 24.3% grade 10 students and 24.3% grade 8 students and 10% grade 7 students. The table 2 shows students' psychological capital average of 3.54 with an average deviation of 0.501. Students are resilient to pandemic. Youssef and Lothan's 2017 showed that certain people can control stressors, emotional.
You have 3 more minutes, so please be conclusive. Thank you.
Okay. Psychological and mental health issues. Some heal and work differently. So then the table 3. So the table 3 provides the mean of all students' psychological capital statements. And then the overall assessment is based on the pupil's psychological capital. Self-efficacy covers statements 1 to 6, hope covers 7 to 12, resilience cover 13 to 18, and optimism covers 19 to 23. So in table 4 is the sex. Table 4 is the analyzed when sex. Then in table 4 is when analyzed by age. So I will not discuss this anymore. Then I will proceed to table 12, the results and discussion. So in the year level is analyzed by year level. Here in the year level is the chi-square of demonstrated no significant difference in the student's psychological capital by year level. Thus, the null hypothesis is not rejected. Students of different year levels have similarly psychological capital. Table 6 compares students' psychological capital by year level. This study found that the grade 10 pupils had the highest mean of 48.00 among all the students. Grade 9 has a 35.36 mean. Grade 7 is 34.74, and the grade 8 is 31.35. Higher level pupils handle the psychological problem better than the lower students. Jeffrey 2018 conferred that high schoolers have more psychological capital than the low scholars' mental capital in kids, especially low achieving ones. Okay, the researcher indicated the COVID-19 pandemic studies students have high psychological capital. So this suggests that students with a high self-efficacy, hope, resilience, and optimism may overcome adverse conditions. The data show that the pupils of different sexes, ages, and year levels have equivalent of psychological capital. Thus, Pupils have seen the bright side of the overcome academic challenges because they faced them before. Following a thorough examination, the research made the following recommendations. Following recommendations, the research made. Okay, during the pandemic, first is the Department of Education disaster of May 4th to create learning programs, activities, and method. Then, school administrators can cooperate to achieve school goals and objectives, especially in planning and implementing pandemic-related activities. And third is teachers can improve teaching and learning to help children succeed in school, especially by considering other students' issues. Students may seek pandemic-related academic solutions. Psychological capital augmentation may be studied in future. So that is the end of my presentation. Thank you and God bless. Have a good day.
Thank you so much for presenting your findings, and we will have Q&A session. Please now proceed to the next one.
Well, thank you very much for the presentation. Now it's time to move to the next presenter, whose paper ID is 083, exploring the impact of social media on a student's self-concept. Paper ID 083.
Yeah,
If
she's
you're there,
shared
please.
her PPT. Please proceed.
Okay, good day, everyone. I am Jamela S. Billones of Arakan Cotabato, Faculty of Cotabato Foundation, College of Science and Technology. My study entitled Exploring the Impact of Social Media on Students' Self-Concept. Okay, as of early 2024, there are approximately 4.9 billion active social media users globally, underscoring the extensive reach of these platforms. According to Statista 2024, the widespread engagement with social media has been associated with significant mental health challenges among adolescents. A global survey conducted by Pew Research Center 2023 revealed that 70% of teenagers experience anxiety or depression related to social media, attributing these feelings to pressures from comparing themselves to idealized online portrayals and seeking validation. Data from the Philippine Statistics Authority 2024 indicates that Filipino students spend an average of 3.8 hours per day on social media platforms. This high level of hours per day on social media platforms engagement is linked to adverse effect on mental health. A recent study highlighted that 62% of Filipino students perceive a negative impact on their self-esteem due to social media pressures, while 65% report increased stress and dissatisfactions. Research shows that students in Cotabato province spend on average of 4.3 hours daily on social media, which is slightly above of national average or Philippine Statistics Authority. Wait, I have a problem on my screen. Okay, so it is the main objective of the researcher to investigate whether there is a significant relationship between social media usage and self-concept. For methodology, this study employed a quantitative methodology with a correlational approach to explore the impact of social media usage on self-concept among incoming first-year students at Cotabato Foundation College of Science and Technology, or CFCST, for the school year 2024-2025. Utilizing purposive sampling, the researcher focused on students who were residents of North Cotabato and had completed the CFCS3 entrance examinations. So the survey tool used to collect data was validated and demonstrated high reliability with Cronbach alpha values of 802 and 805, indicating that it is consistently measured construct related to social media usage. body image, and self-esteem. This robust methodology ensured that the study effectively captured how social media influences students' self-concept, providing valuable insight into the relationship between digital interaction and personal self-perceptions. For the table presents the person correlation coefficient between body image, self-esteem, exposure, and gender, along with their associated significance level, the p-values, and the significant correlation are indicated by asterisk based on the p-value thresholds. So based on the result, the significant positive correlation observed between body image and social media use, since the p-value 0.001 is less than 0.05 level of significance, suggests that increase of social media use is associated with a more positive body image. So these findings is consistent with several studies in literature that highlight the complex relationship between social media and body image. And according to Smith et al., 2019, discovered that the body satisfaction is enhanced by engaging with positive body image content on social media. And it also shows that the significant negative correlation between body image and gender, since the p-value 0.011 is less than 0.05 level of significance, indicates that there are gender differences in body image perceptions. Specifically, this suggests that gender may play a role in how individuals perceive their body image, when men and women potentially experiencing body image issues differently. So the literature supports the notions that the gender differences are significant when it comes to body image perceptions. In terms of the significant positive correlation observed between self-esteem and gender, since the p-value 0.019 is less than 0.05 level of significance, suggests that notable relationship between gender and self-esteem. This finding indicates that gender may influence the self-esteem levels, though the nature of this relationship can be complex and nuanced. Research on the impact of gender and on self-esteem demonstrate that there are distinct patterns for men and women. And according to Igley and Wood, 2023, self-esteem can be influenced by the traditional gendered rules and expectation in a manner that varies across the cultures. And the significant positive correlations between exposure and gender, since the p-value 0.05 is less than 0.05 level of significance, indicates that gender differences are related to exposure levels. The result suggests that gender may influence the amount of exposure individuals have to certain stimuli.
Sorry for interruption. You have 3 more minutes, so please be conclusive.
Noted
Thank
po.
you.
Noted. Or environment, with a potential implication for understanding how exposure affects different genders. So for the conclusion, this study, So this study has yielded useful insight and emphasized the significant association between social media usage and the development of self-concept, and eventually exposing a gender-based discrepancy in this regard. It is noteworthy that the regular use of social media enhances students' self-image or their perceptions of themselves in actuality. Male students typically exhibit a lower self-image and higher self-esteem in comparison to female. On the contrary, female students typically have a strong sense of self-worth but a lower level of self-esteem compared to their male counterparts. For recommendations, schools may implement gender-sensitive intervention to enhance self-esteem among the female students, such as workshop, mentoring programs, and counseling services. Provide mental health support services, such as counseling, to help students cope with self-esteem issues. Promote critical media literacy, education to help students analyze and interpret media messages related to body image. Encourage positive self-image content on the social media to counter the negative influences, and facilitate open dialogues about the body image, social media, and self-esteem. And lastly, it is advisable to conduct comprehensive investigation using qualitative methodology in order to further confirm the results. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your presentation, and we will have a Q&A session you can join later. Please proceed to the next one.
Well, thank you very much. Now it's time to proceed to the next presenter whose paper ID is 761. His paper ID is 761. The title is Enhancing Mission Output of SMEs Through Digital Capability. If you are there, please share your screen and proceed.
Shu Xiang
Okay.
Chen,
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
please proceed.
Okay. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chao Jiema. I'm a master student from Xi'an Jiao Tongli University. The topic I'm sharing today is enhancing innovation output in small and medium enterprise through digital capabilities. Our research team consists of Dr. Shuxiang Chen, Dr. Klaus, Armanda, and myself. Our research is rooted in the field of digital transformation, innovation management, and SME development. This research focuses on how enhancing these capabilities can directly influence the innovation output of SMEs, thereby supporting their growth and sustainability. In today's fast-paced and highly competitive business environment, digital transformation is no longer a luxury but a necessity, especially for the small and medium-sized enterprise. The value of this research lies in focus on the intersection of digital transformation and the innovation output. Well, much of the existing literature has concentrated on large listed companies and traditional manufacturing firms. There is a significant research gap concerning SMEs. These smaller firms often lack the resources and the infrastructure of their larger counterparts, making digital transformation both a challenging and an opportunity for them. Our study provides a crucial insight into how SMEs can leverage digital capabilities to enhance their innovation performance, ultimately securing a competitive advantage in an increasing digital world. To explore these research problems, we adopt a qualitative research approach. This method was chosen for its ability to provide a deep insight into complex phenomena, capturing the nuanced perspective of SME leaders as they navigate digital transformation. We conducted in-depth interviews with 5 Swiss SME and employers from the diverse industries. Here is the interview profile. And we focus on 11 questions related to digital transformation. This interview focuses on the challenging and the opportunity associated with digital transformation, and particularly its impacts on innovation. We put the audio of the interview into software for transcription, and the interview texts were also analyzed using the qualitative and analyze tools and Vivo 12 to code and synthesize the finding to reveal the role of digital capability in innovation output. Through the semantic coding, we created this chart. As shown in the chart, we recorded which business manager mentioned the theme and recorded the sentence of the number of the mentioning in the interviews. And our research yielded several important findings. The first one is digital infrastructure and analytics. The SME that invests in digital infrastructure and analytics are better positioned to innovate. Digital capabilities enabled these firms to integrate and optimize data resources supporting various business functions such as production, sales, and warehousing. The second finding is strategic support from leadership. The role of upper management is crucial in driving digital transformation. Leaders who embrace digital strategies and who can actively support their implementation create an environment which the innovation can thrive. And the third part is about innovation outcomes. The SMEs that leverage digital capability are more likely to develop new products, create innovative business models, and expand it into new market. This not only improves their competitive position, but also contributes to their long-term sustainabilities. And the next part is about the discussion of this paper. Our studies provide a valuable insight, but also have some significant limitations, especially for the small data about the research. So to fully understand the impact of digital transformation on SME innovation, we need to conduct further research on a larger and more diverse sample. The next step for our team is to collect more data in Jiangsu province in China. It contains interview with 5 to 10 SME managers and 100 questionnaire data. We also have consideration to conduct a long-term follow-up study with our in-depth partner companies, which will help to explore the long-term impact factors of digitalization on SME innovation output. In conclusion, our study highlights the significant impact of digital capabilities on the innovation performance of SMEs. By investing in digital infrastructures, analytic and strategic support, SME can drive innovation, improve efficiency, and secure a competitive advantage in today's digital era. I hope this presentation has present the light on the importance of digital capability in innovation with the SMEs. And this research was supported by the XJTLU Research Development Fund. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to XJTLU Research Development Fund for their financial assistance. Thanks. That's all my presentation.
Thank you so much for presenting your paper. We will have Q&A session later. You can join in. Now, please proceed to the next one.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you very much for your presentation. Now it's time to move to the next presenter, who's Sibir Ali, a 763, a quantitative study of student perception. If you are there, please proceed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Are my slides visible?
Yes, please proceed.
Thank you so much. So the topic of my presentation is a quantitative study of students' perception, qualitative data on task-based language teaching approach using Voyant tools. Now, the table of contents which I'll be following through my presentation. First, I'll start with the introduction and literature review. I'll move on to the research objectives which I have formulated. Then I'll talk about the methodology which I have adopted for this present study. And I'll end my presentation with the results and discussion. So, the term task-based language teaching describes a method in which central components of lesson design and instruction in language learnings are taken place. Now, these are basically the activities which are involved in real communication, just to see that whether the students are proficient enough to use and learn language while doing different sort of activities. Now, by using different sort of activities in which language is used for carrying out the meaningful task. Now, we have seen now it's been seen through the literature studies that earlier there was a concept of learner-centeredness, which has been very influential concept in language teaching and language learning. But from 1987 onwards, with the particular mention here of the Bangalore project by Prabhu in 1987, the concept of task-based language learning has been introduced. Now, since the time it has been introduced, the goal of this particular approach has always been focused on the curriculum design, that to design different experiments and to investigate that whether their language proficiency has actually been increased or not. Okay, so now particularly when I am talking about my study, it has been found that with the help of this the papers which I'm presenting here, a comprehensive review of the literature studies, because all the literature studies are not been possible to cite here. The most prominent studies. So according to this most prominent studies, it has been found that always researchers were very much interested to explore new findings on TBLT approach, the acronym for task-based language teaching approach, qualitatively. Okay, whether they would like to find any students' perception on the teacher's attributes, or how effective the teacher is teaching in the class with the help of TBLT, or if the studies are focusing on instructor attributes. But the research gap which I have seen, this present study has highlighted that none of the studies have actually addresses the quantitative part of students' perception. So the research gap has been addressed with this particular approach of literature review. And based on that, the research objectives which were formulated for this present study is to find out that whether the task-based language teaching approach has actually impacted on the teamwork, group interaction, proficiency in learning language, and developing creativity. So based on this research objective, some hypotheses have been formulated that, okay, TBLT has an impact on teamwork, H1, H2, TBLT has an impact on group interaction, H3, TBLT has an impact on language proficiency, and the last but not the least is TBLT has an impact on creativity. Now, the sample and the methods which I have collected for this present studies, I have collected 102 data from the engineering students from a very reputed engineering institution in India, in Raipur, based in India, from the age group of 18 to 22 years. Then the data which I have collected is being analyzed quantitatively using Voyant tools. So that the I will be presenting certain visualization figures to actually see that how the data is reflecting. Now, a little about Voyant tools. It is an open source online based platform which was founded by Sinclair and Rockwell in 2021. Now, this particular Voyant tool, it is having 5-pane window interface, but for the convenience of the study, I have selected Cirrus tool, Trends tool, Summary tool, and the Correlation tool. Now, moving forward with the Cirrus tool, now the figure 1, it actually depicts that what are the different sort of words, the word clouds, which are having high frequency in my corpus. Now, in view of this, if we hover over on this particular pane, we can actually see that what is the frequency of each and every word being used by the students. And the figure 2 is again the count of the words which are most prominent words in my corpus. So if we can see here, group, the term group is presented 83 times, prefer 65, helps 63, teamwork 60, so and so. So with this, we have filtered out the most common words which are being emphasized by the data. The second tool which I have selected here is the trends tool. Here, the trends tool actually it's a line graph which shows the raw frequencies across the corpus. Now here from the corpus, I have selected two terms and it is giving me a visualization factor that, okay, these two terms are being presented at this regular intervals with having certain connections between them. The figure 3 also is being presented here with the selected terms like interaction and helps. The next one in the trends tool, I have selected prefer and interaction, which gives me a figure like, okay, the preference of the students, that how prefer an interaction, they prefer group interaction or they prefer to think innovative ideas or creative ideas throughout the document. Now, the third tool which I have selected here is the summary index. Now, in the summary pane, it shows 7 different categories and it actually gives me the readability index of my document, which is 13.62, which reflects that the document is of which grade level, and also the most frequent words. Now, the next tool which I have selected here is the collocates and the correlation tool. In the collocates tool, I have selected term 1 and term 2, and it has given me the corpus collocates where the term appear more frequently in proximity to the
Sorry for interruption. You have 3 more minutes, so please be conclusive. Thank you.
Sure. Which emphasizes the collocates. And the last one being the correlation one, here I have selected two terms which explore the extent to which the two terms are positively related or negatively related. Now, based on the significance value of correlation coefficient, it has been seen that actually this particular study is TBLT has a positive impact on teamwork, group communication, and language proficiency, but on the basis of the correlation between the creativity, it is showing negative correlation. So with reference to the results and discussion, with reference to the significant value, TBLT has a positive impact on T1. So we can say H1, we can accept our hypothesis 1. TBLT has a positive impact on group interaction. H2, we can accept. TBLT has a positive impact on language proficiency. And it has a no impact on creativity. So we have to reject H4 here. So in the conclusion, I would like to emphasize that this particular text analysis tool yields valuable visual results for the text data, which can be used to draw important perceptions on TBLT. It shows that how students generally had a positive opinion on TBLT approach. And it also would have encouraged the other researcher to take up this particular kind of a study for further exploration. So with this, I would like to end my presentation. Thank you all for giving me an opportunity to present here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for presenting your research finding. We will have Q&A session later. You can join. Please proceed to the next one.
So thank you very much. Now it's time to proceed to the next presenter, whose paper ID is 765. The supply chain management of the incoming generation project of State University. Paper ID.
PPT is visible. Please proceed.
Thank you very much.
Kindly confirm, sir, if I'm audible.
Yes, please.
All right, that's good. Good afternoon to everyone. I am very happy that my study will be presented here in this very amazing organization which we sponsor the following researches to be presented here. And my title is The Supply Chain Management of Income Generating Projects of State Universities and Colleges in the Philippines, an Examination. I am a student of the program Doctor of Philosophy in Management of the University of the Cordilleras, and I am an instructor at the University of Northern Philippines. Tuition fees, research grants, industry collaboration, endowment funds, and income-generating projects are some of the revenue-generating tactics used by state universities and colleges. That is why the core function of the universities or the state colleges and universities in the Philippines are being maximized, specifically the function production. Through this production, since the national budget intended for SUCs is limited, the national government cannot provide the enough fund for these SUCs or the state universities and colleges in the Philippines. That is why through production, according to Manasan, they must be properly operate in order to provide or to augment some of the financial needs of the SUCs. And the research-based view in management can shed light on the effectiveness of IGPs in SUCs, highlighting critical aspects that influence their success and sustainability. So this is the theory where the study is anchored, whereas the resource-based view is using the VRIO resources. VRIO stands for valuable, rare, costly to imitate, and organized to capture value. The methodology that I employed for this study is the constant comparative analysis dialectics is a suitable research designed for studying the sustainability of income-generating projects in state universities and colleges in Region 1. And this method allows for continuous comparison and integration of new data, capturing the fluid and evolving context of IGP operations. Because I did not rely on the quantitative results of my study, that's why I included the qualitative results and compare it through using the constant comparative analysis to produce a good result of the study. And here is the result. The table here with the color green is the quantitative result of the study. And of course, I collected the problems encountered. By the way, I had 106 respondents that include the directors, staff, and project managers of the income-generating projects of these 4 SUCs in Region 1 of the Philippines, namely the Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, University of Northern Philippines, Ilocos Polytechnic State College, and the Pangasinan State University. And I personally, I was immersed to these different IGPs of these SUCs from the different and numerous campuses that they have. And I was happy with the result. Here is the focus of my study is on the sourcing and procurement of raw materials, production, and the warehousing and inventory management of these IGPs. The first dimension of the supply chain management that I will be presenting is the sourcing and procurement of raw materials. Results show high performance internal sourcing with a mean rating of or an area mean rating of 3.63, indicating effective management of material and resource input requirements from internal sources. However, challenges in external procurement emerge from the interview responses, highlighting issues such as delays in fund approval and poor quality due to the lowest bidder policy. And this contrast between efficient internal sourcing and problematic external procurement revealed significant discrepancies in the supply chain implementation. Through a thematic analysis, it was confirmed that the internal sourcing is a strength of SUCs, contributing positively to project sustainability. In contrast, external procurement challenges were identified as critical areas requiring intervention to enhance overall supply chain efficiency. And by synthesizing this quantitative and qualitative result of the study, several recommendations emerged, developing strategic supplier partnerships to ensure quality and stability, simplifying fund approval process to reduce delays and ensure timely material acquisition, and implementing stricter quality and control sources to avoid compromising material quality. And to synthesize these findings indicated that SUC excel internal sourcing, external procurement requires targeted reforms, and common issues which as insufficient supply, unstable pricing scheme, and low quality material underscore the need for improved supplier management and procurement processes. And I have anchored the results or corroborated it from applying the resource-based view that the study concluded that focusing on strategic supplier partnerships, streamline procurement procedures, and quality assurance mechanisms will help SUCs in Region 1 to enhance their supply chain management, I'm sorry, and supply chain management implementation, ensuring their income generating projects for long-term success and resilience. Down to the second dimension of the supply chain management of the study, which
Sorry for
focuses
interruption. 3 more minutes. Please be conclusive. Thank you.
duly noted, sir. And as you can see, the quantitative data on production practices of income-generating projects of SUCs in Region 1 show a generally high-level performance. And in contrast, quality data reveals significant challenges in SUCs face issues with wastage, seasonal variation, and insufficient capital, indicating a need for improved inventory management. And synthesizing these findings, while SUCs demonstrate strong performance in aligning production with demand, maintaining records, and employing standard procedure, qualitative data exposes critical areas for improvement to sustain and enhance the high performance observed in quantitative measures. And for the third dimension of the SCM, which is the warehousing and inventory management, the quantitative data on warehousing and inventory management practices in the IGPs, it show a generally high level of performance with an area mean of 3.24, and the highest rated aspect is maintaining a respect, clean, and organized stockroom or warehouse. In contrast, qualitative data reveals significant challenges, and these SUCs face issues with spoilage, poor technology. Synthesizing these findings through constant comparative analysis and dialectics, a comprehensive understanding of warehousing and inventory management practices in IGPs emerges. And in conclusion, the state universities and colleges in Region 1 of the Philippines have adopted a unique framework that emphasizes sustainability over traditional VRIO model. And instead of focusing on organization, which I have presented a while back, the VRIO model, which is anchored on the resource-based view, these institutions prioritize sustainability in their strategic planning and operations. This shift emphasizes long-term viability and continuous improvement in income generating projects by integrating sustainability. So the study shows a novelty which it does not follow the VRI or resources of the resource-based view, which the SUCs is practicing VRIS, which stand for valuable, rare, costly to imitate, and sustainable. So it is also recommended in this SUCs that further study for the supply chain, the income generating projects of SUCs will be on the sustainable aspect of these IGPs in the region and of the Philippines. That would be all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for presenting your papers, and we will have Q&A session later. You can join. Please proceed to the next one.
Thank you very much,
Sir?
Dr. Shakir.
Sir,
proceed to the next, please.
Yes, please proceed.
Okay, the next presenter, paper ID is 766, assessing the student utilization of educational quality. Paper
Already
ID
shared
is
the PPT.
766.
Professor already shared the PPT, so please proceed.
Now the next one is 769.
No, 765, please.
Yeah, 766.
766.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where is 765?
6.5 already presented.
6.5 already presented. Okay, 766. Please proceed, please.
Yeah, shall I start?
Yes, please.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be part of this presentation for today. Thanks for participant as well as thanks for organizer for this event for today. So today, my name is Muna Al-Kalbani. I'm assistant professor in Muscat College and Sultanate of Oman, which is considered one of the Gulf countries. So in my presentation today, I'm gonna to talk about my work, which is titled Assessing the Student Evaluation of Educational Quality Questionnaire on Oman Higher Education. So majority of you already know that course and program evaluation is a quality control process performed internally by all higher education institutions. Student evaluation of teachings are performed by delivering questionnaire that employee rating scales, such as Likert scales, that these scales enable students to indicate their degree of agreement or disagreement with specific statement. So also it's used to assess teaching effectiveness. And when we are talking about teaching effectiveness, that means we are talking involve assessing different teaching attributes, such as, for example, group interaction, organization, and student feedback. All this data, which is provided by student evaluation and teaching, also consider as valuable insight into the need of modifying the material or teaching approach which is used in specific course. So it's also help in making decision which is regarding the growth of faculty careers. So evaluation tools, there are many evaluation tools and which is provide a way for individuals to enhance and assess the standard of education. In these days, instruments are more frequent, which is used in education research, especially when we are talking about students, they are assumed the rules of assessors. And one of the most popular instrument which is used is Marsh 1982, which is developed by Marsh in 1982, which is called or titled Student Evaluation of Education Quality, or in other words, we call it SEEQ, which is considered as widely used in order to evaluate student evaluation of teaching and so on. طبعا these scales developed with a comprehensive consideration of various factors of teaching and learning, which is enable its applicability across all academic discipline. It's widely used worldwide and considered as one of the most accurate and useful measure to measure teaching effectiveness. Although it's already in other cultures it's already known the psychometric properties of this scale, but fortunately it's not tested in Oman and in more precisely in college students. So to the best of my knowledge, no past research has investigated the psychometric properties of this scale in higher education student in Oman. So this deliver us to the main objective of this study. So the main objective of this study is to investigate the psychometric properties of this scale among college students in Oman. And when we are talking about psychometric properties, that means we are talking about reliability, we are talking about, for example, factorial validity, and so on. So we are using two things here. We will evaluate the reliability of this scale, and I will use confirmatory factor analysis to figure out or to confirm the factor structure of this scale. When we are talking about participants, in this current study, around 550 students from 3 different departments at Muscat College participated by completing the questionnaire, which is distributed to them. The participant average age was 20 years old with a standard deviation of 2.54 years. So as I told you earlier, when we are talking about the measures, I'm using the SEEQ questionnaire, which is developed, and we are talking about SEEQ, that means the Student Evaluation of Education Quality, which is developed by Marsh in 1982. It consists of 30 items, which is distributed in 8 dimensions, and these dimensions are breadth of coverage, assessment, assignment, learning values, teachers' enthusiasm, organization group interaction, and individual report, and overall scale or rating. It's 5-point Likert scale, which is ranked from strongly disagree to strongly agree. طبعا methodology or in other words, methodology involved translation process, which is translation for the scale from English to Arabic language. Back translation was there. Comparison and resolution for any difference was there as well. And we do some kind of pilot testing for around 30 participants in order to look to the initial reliability for the scale itself. So the main result, as I told you earlier, we are investigating two things. We are investigating the reliability and we're also investigating the conformity factor analysis. So the result for Cronbach Alpha was ranked from 0.65 to 0.760, which is, and the overall Cronbach Alpha for
You are not edible. Are you muted yourself? Have you muted yourself? You are not edible. Mona. You are not edible. Is she edible to everyone?
No,
No, she's not.
Dr. Shakir.
I think you have an internet issue. So please go to the conclusion, just show the slide and that's it, okay? Just show the conclusions. Yeah. Because we are short of time and sorry, we will not be able to wait.
I think she has internet issues.
Yeah,
So
she
it
has
will
an
better if
internet
we move
issue,
to the
so
next.
please go to the conclusion. Your time is almost over. Just 1 minute. The remaining just 1 minute, please go to the conclusion. Yeah. So I think you have an issue in internet. I am sorry. So I need to stop it right here. And we will proceed to the next presentation because we have a time issue. Sorry for that. Okay, so please move to the next presenter.
Okay, the next presenter paper ID is 769. The relationship level of self-satisfaction and self-confidence among medical students. The paper ID is 769.
769. Are you available? Please share your screen.
All right. Hi, good day, everyone. So this is my research title about relationships between level of self-satisfaction and self-confidence level among medical students at National University of Malaysia towards simulation-based learning. All right. As we know that simulation-based learning is an effective and essential component in medical education in facilitating the cognitive, effective, and psychomotor skill development among the student. It is a reliable source of It is the reliable source of teaching and learning, and also a valuable tool for best clinical practice because it can be controlled, has a support or guidance to the student, prevent unsafe situation and create situation that rarely occur in a real situation. But unfortunately, evaluation level of students' self-satisfaction and confidence towards simulation-based learning among medical students in Malaysia did not conduct before this. So, the objective of, so the problem statement of this research, simulation-based education is playing an increasing important role in healthcare education worldwide. In addition to reduce a risk to patient, simulation is value for ability to create conditions that optimize learning. At National University of Malaysia, Faculty of Medicine, simulation-based learning has been conducted for medical students from year 1 until 5. However, a study on students' view related to the level of satisfaction and self-confidence of students has never been conducted before this. So according to this study, the study was conducted to find out the level of self-satisfaction and self-confidence level among medical students toward learning method through simulation. So this is the research question for this research. What is the level of self-satisfaction undergraduate medical doctor degree student at university at National University Malaysia with simulation teaching and learning method according to the year of the study? Second, what is the level self-confidence? Then the third, what is the correlation between this variable according to the year of the study? So the objective of this research want to evaluate the level of self-satisfaction and self-confidence level among medical doctor degree student at National University of Malaysia toward the simulation teaching and learning towards to the year of the study, and also want to evaluate the correlations between self-satisfaction and self-confidence level among students according to the year of the study. So the null hypothesis for this research, there is no correlation between level of self-satisfaction and self-confidence level among medical students at the National University of Malaysia toward simulation-based learning according to the year of the study. The literature review for this research from Dull et al. 2016 and Kant and Cooper 2011 state that simulation education is intended for clinical learning and provides hands-on learning experience for clinical situation rules, role responsibility and problem solving. From Simon to Ratnizzi et al. 2020 said that the increase in self-confidence score from 44 to 56 in the pre and post test showed that there are various advantages to learning through simulation-based learning. From Bradley, Julie, Sam et al. 2023 said that the correlation between self-satisfaction and self-confidence is showing a positive value. Exposure to simulated practical training session in the laboratory can increase the level of satisfaction and confidence can nurture the and equip students with knowledge and skill. From Tran Tiyong on et al. 2021 said that student satisfaction and self-confidence during simulation is high. So methodology for this research, the research design for this research using the quantitative study, then using the descriptive study, and also using the correlations with Sperma to answer the objective 3 from this study. The population from year 2 until year 5 medical student is 629 students. Then the sample size that derived from calculation Critchley and Morgan is 198 students from year 2 until year 5 of the study. This is the inclusion criteria and exclusion criteria for this study. For the inclusion criteria, include that all the final year doctor medical undergraduate degree student at Faculty in Medicine, National University of Malaysia. Then the respondent consists of students from year 2 until year 5 of study. For the exclusion criteria, students who did not agree to participate in the study, postpone the study, seek a quarantine, then students who have not attend the year 1 simulation class. Then the location of this study.
Sorry for interruption. You have 3 more minutes, so please be conclusive. Thank you so much.
Okay, all right. So the results of this study, we see that the level of self-satisfaction, the mean score is the value range. The value score is range between 3.32 until 3.57 with the standard deviation from 3.32 until 3.57. Then the self-confident, the mean score stayed at 3.25 until 3.45 with the standard deviation. So we conclude that the self-satisfaction and self-confidence level is at the moderate level. Then for the objective 3, the correlation between this variable, we see that the correlation have a strong correlation between this variable. The value ranking at the value 0.77 until 0.85. Then the conclusion is the factor that affect the self-level satisfaction for the preclinical at the year 2 is teaching assessment, procedural learning, quality of teaching and learning, and the mannequin. For the clinical year, that the factor that affect the level of satisfaction is total time practice, student learning time, and then the learning material. For the factor that affect the level confidence for preclinical year, which is the anxiety, lack of training, and high fidelity in simulation. For the clinical year, the factor that affect the level of confidence is pandemic COVID-19 and quality of clinical experience. For the factor that affect the relationship between level satisfaction and confidence for the preclinical year is positive feeling, preparedness, place, briefing, debriefing technique, and for the clinical year is quality of teaching and learning. So this is the limitation of this study, which is a sample size and the durations of the study. So the conclusion is for this research, we state that the level of satisfaction and self-confidence level for Bachelor of Medicine toward teaching and learning method is at the moderate level. Therefore, this study can provide information to the lecturer, the structure of the simulation curriculum and the teaching and learning condition so that the level of satisfaction and confidence of the student at the optimal level. So this is the references of this research. Thank you.
Thank you so much for presenting your paper. We need to proceed to the last presenter. Yeah, so the last.
Can I ask a question before the last presenter?
Yes.
Because ID 160824782, is it included on the list of presenters?
Sorry, which ID?
160824782. It's all about tracer studies, sir.
782. 782. Let me check. 782. 769, 782. Let me check. 769, 782. 782. You tracer study, right? Yeah, it is included. Yeah, it is here in the new program schedule. But first, let 782, 782, and this is 778. So first, let's proceed to the 778. Then you will be the last one. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. 778. Paper ID 778. So we need to proceed to the 778. The second last. The paper ID 778, Factors Affecting Organization Engagement in the Agriculture Processing Industry, to be presented by Nanek Miao Chen. Are you available? Miao Chen. Miao Chen, are you available? Okay,
Hello,
so
sir.
yes.
Since she is not available, can I finish my presentation? Because earlier you already said to me that you cannot hear my voice. I will try to manage that within 2 minutes if it is possible.
Okay, please, just 2 minutes, okay? Thank you.
Yeah, no issues at all, because
Okay.
fortunately I didn't finish earlier. So, طبعا I already talked to you about the methodology and result Cronbach alpha, and there is confirmatory factor analysis which is conducted by IMOS itself. You can see here that majority of the results from confirmatory factor analysis confirm the factor structure of this scale, which is consist of 8 factors, AFG, CFI, and RMC. All these values fit within the fitting of the model itself. So as a conclusion, we can say that the confirmatory factor analysis showing a strong fit to the study data, and also Cronbach alpha showed a strong reliability for this scale. The findings support using this scale to evaluate educational program and courses in Oman in the future using similar samples. Because of the small size, more research is required to replicate the current study with bigger and more varied sample in order to apply the finding to Oman higher education students. This study showed that the scale's applicability in Oman higher education, individual Oman instructor may use this skill in order to gather information about their instruction and their models that they are using. Thanks a lot. Thanks for giving me the chance to finish my presentation.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So we are going to the last presenter, 782. Can you please share your screen and come to present your paper? 782.
Hi. I have a question.
Yes, please.
My ID is 781.
781.
Yes.
781. 781. 781 was in the first session, and sorry that's over. We already announced your name and you was not available. The session 1 is already over. Please
So what can
proceed. Yeah, so the session 1 is over. You can send your video PPT. We will upload it to our YouTube channel. Okay, thank you so much. Please proceed. 782.
So is my presentation visible, sir?
Yeah, please proceed.
Okay. So let me introduce first myself. So I am Juliet A. Ravara, and I am an instructor of the University of Northern Philippines here in the Philippines. So our study is about tracer study in the College of Business Administration and Accountancy graduates of the University of Northern Philippines. So to comprehend the long-term effect of educational program and postgraduates' marketability, tracer studies are essential. These studies examines graduate employment location, work types, skills, and experiences existing in broadening prospects. Tracer studies also emphasize the importance of job workers' matching correctness, which has separately effects on employees. The Commission on Higher Education mandates states, universities, and colleges to conduct graduate tracer studies. In February 2022, the Philippine unemployment rate was 6.4%, down from the 8.8% in 2021, with 3.13 million jobless individuals aged 15 and above. The labor force participation rate increased to 63.8%. Employment rose by 2.33 million, resulting in a 93.6% employment rate and a 14% underemployment rate. Despite ample research on tracer studies, research gaps exist, including curriculum effectiveness and teaching strategies. This study can enhance universities' teaching and learning services, leading to curriculum improvement and better job prospects for graduates. So the objective of our study is to aim to trace the graduates for BSA, Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, BSBA, FM, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and Accountancy, major in Financial Management, Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship, Bachelor of Science in Cooperative Management, and Associate Office Management from 2018 to 2021, especially if letter A, describe the graduate profile. Letter B, determines the employment status of the graduates. Letter C, identifies the core subjects that contribute significantly to the graduates. Letter D, determines the competencies and values learned that are useful in their present jobs. Letter E, suggestion of the graduates to improve their competencies and curriculum. And lastly, discuss the employees' feedbacks. So methodology, so the research design, the study utilized the descriptive type of quantitative research design because it aims to provide a comprehensive and factual snapshot of the current situation, behavior, and characteristics of graduates and job market. For the gathering data instrument, the study utilizes a questionnaire checklist adapted from the study by Pardo and Pichay 2019, and a questionnaire devised by the Commission on Higher Education, or the CHED-ND. For the data gathering procedure, the researchers obtain a comprehensive list of graduates and track their whereabouts through various social media platforms. They distributed the survey questionnaire through online channels like email, Facebook, and Messenger, as well as in printed form. For the population and sample, the respondents of the study were identified through the use of the total enumeration sampling method, the graduates of BSA, BS NTREP, BSBA FM, and BSCM from 2018 to 2019, a total of 513. The list of graduates were taken from the commencement program from the university's registrar office. For the results and discussion for the graduate profile, so the majority of the graduates in the studies are young, female, and single 2019 graduates, with a sizable percentage having a civil service professional eligibility. These results offers insightful demographic data about the sample that may be used to contextualize and evaluate future researches on graduates' career decisions and job outcomes. The information points to an emphasis on new graduates who are young and primarily female and who may be qualified for jobs in the public sector. For employment status of the graduates, so the data indicates that a significant proportion of the graduates respondents, which is 68.02%, are currently employed, suggesting a positive employment outcome for a considerable number of graduates. Additionally, a notable percentage of 21.25% of graduates have chosen self-employment, indicating an entrepreneurial trend among some of the respondents. So for the core subjects contributed significantly for the graduates, so our data suggested that the majority of the graduate respondents are employed in private institutions, which have 57.59%, with about half of them holding permanent or regular position, which is 50.43%, and earning a monthly income of 10,001 to 20,000, which have 30.66%. A significant percentage of graduates currently jobs are related to the course they obtain, which has 83.67% and even more so related to their area of specialization, which is 81.95%. However, a notable portion of graduates works as clerks or office assistants, which have 18.25%, which is not directly related to their area of specialization. So for the core contribution significantly for the graduates, further, a majority of the graduate respondents' current jobs and their
Sorry, you have 3 more minutes, so please be
employment.
concise. Thank you.
Noted. Oh, sorry. For employment, 61.89%, and a considerable number waited for 0 to 6 months before landing a job, 32.66%. So the primary manner of employment for their job were through recommendations and as walk-in applicants. Most graduates were able to secure a job within 1 year. So the data implies that a significant number of graduates finds employment in private institutions and majority secure job related to their course and area of specialization. However, some graduates end up to roles not directly aligned with their specialization. Overall, the data suggests a positive outlook for graduates, employees perspective within many jobs within the related short period after graduation. So for competencies and value learned, intermediate accounting 2 for BS accountancy preceded by intermediate accounting 1 significantly shapes the employment opportunities of BSA graduates. So these scores are pivotal because they constitute the fundamental subjects of the Certified Public Accountant Board examination. So this area covers a comprehensive exam of all accounting aspects, including assets, liabilities, and capitals, meticulously dissecting each account within these elements, addressing in nature, measurements, and presentation following the Philippine financial reporting standards. So for BSBA financial management.
Please go to the conclusion, please.
Okay, sir. So for the conclusion, so most of the graduate respondents are 21 to 25 years old. A majority of them are female. Moreover, a great majority of the graduate respondents are single, and great number of the respondents contribute in year 2029, and a great percentage obtains civil service professional eligibility. Majority of the graduate respondents are employed, a great percentage are self-employed, and a substantial percentage of the graduate response are unemployed. So the following are subjects that contribute significantly to the graduate as a conclusion. So for BSc graduates, the main subject that contributes significantly to the graduate was the Intermediate Accounting 2. For BSBFM graduates, which is the Basic Finance, was the subject that contributes significantly. For BSCM, Cooperative Risk Management. For BSNTREP graduates, Entrepreneurial Behavior. And for AOM, Fundamentals of Shorthand. For human resource skills, the most useful competencies in their present job and adaptability is value that contribute significantly to their performance. So the graduate respondents suggested that there is a need to employ competent faculty members and continuously train them to update and improve their teaching competencies. Number 6, the feedback of the employer was thematized into acronym HEART, which is the hardworking, eloquent, amiable, responsible, and teachable. So for the recommendations, we have career development and counseling, industry relevant curriculum, soft skills and value integration, faculty training and development, employer engagement, employer-student feedback loop, continuous conduct of the tracer study. So that ends my presentation, and thank you, sir, for considering us for
presenting your paper. 781, can you please come to present very conclusive in a conclusive manner, because we are short of time and you already missed the session 1. 781. Ismail Lamrani, are you available? Paper ID 781, combined 3D QSAR and molecular docking study. With this paper title, and the author name is Ismail Lamrani Ismail. Lamrani Ismail, are you available? The author name Lamrani Ismail. Are you available? Ismail Lamrani, can you hear me? The author name Ismail Lamrani. Okay, so you are not available, I think. And now we are open to the Q&A session. If you want to ask something, we have 5 minutes. We need to conclude this session ASAP. Thank you. Okay, if there is no question from the participant, you can ask me any questions regarding the publication or the conference. So I need to close this session. Thank you so much all for participating in this session. And I hope you all enjoyed a lot.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sorry.
I raised my hand in the screen.
Yeah, please.
Sir, after our presentation here, the organization will be providing us the process on how we are going to proceed with our publication.
Yes, we will provide the certificates to all the participants. And if you are interested to publish your paper with us, there are different types of publication, like your proceedings will be published, your abstracts will be published in proceeding books. If you want to publish your paper in a Google Index Scholar journal, we can also provide the facility. If you want to go for a Scopus journal, we already mentioned in the introduction that we have F1000 research, that is Scopus Q1. We can provide that, and we can also provide some other journals. So if you are interested later after this conference, you can ask our team and we will provide the guidelines for how to publish your paper.
Yes, thank you, sir. And for now, we are very interested to publish our article in the Scopus Index Journal, sir. Thank you.
Sure. We will guide you how to do that. Okay.
Thank you so much,
Sir.
sir.
Yes, please.
May I ask, sir, may I ask if the certificate will be an e-certificate and it will be forwarded lang in our email?
Sure. Every certificate will be sent to the relevant email of the corresponding author, and it will also include the co-author certificates.
Thank you for that information, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question? So here in the chat box, I'm sharing our WhatsApp number. You can add this number. We will add you to our WhatsApp group for further information. For meeting. Yeah, so this is the number here you can add, and we will add you to our WhatsApp group for many beneficial information, such as upcoming conferences, workshops, scholarships, and many more publication opportunities. So please add this number and we will add you to our WhatsApp group. Yeah, so that's all. Can you please once again open your cameras and I take a group photo with your smiling faces? Thank you so much. Yeah, please. Few more. Thank you. Yeah, waiting for you. Open your cameras if you don't mind. Yes, please. Few more. If you want to open your camera, if you want to be included in this photo, and later we will upload it to our social media as well as to the website. Thank you so much. Okay, so be ready. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Okay, so this is the end of this session. Now I will invite our session chair to have a closing remarks, and then we can wind it up. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to be the host of this session. Now, our session is going to be ended soon. So thank you very much, all of you, for your time, efforts, and such a knowledgeable information about different fields, education, science, and so on. Now it's time for us to end this session. Thank you very much again, and
Thank you so much. And later on, we will share all the information through your email. So please wait for our email. And any other information you can ask through WhatsApp number, which I share in the chat box. And thank you so much for participating in today's session. I hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you.